And the buttons are all clicked. We are, in fact, live.
Oh,
Are you
no.
sure? I don't believe you.
I'm pretty sure we are.
Mm-hmm.
Can you all hear us out in
Yep.
Teep land / Twitch land /
Let's have a collective
Intertubes.
groan from the audience if you're out there.
That's fair.
Oh no, they made it.
Okay, so I guess we're live then. Chuck, you got any pre-roll?
I don't. This session is brought to you by the Defenders of Cobalt SadCon for all of us who are sad about not going to Gen Con.
We are very sad.
So sad. That's it.
Well, welcome to Goodman Games Official. It's Saturday night, so this must be Weird Frontiers night. We left you, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, we skipped a week because we had somebody out, and this is going to be the final scenario for this particular module. So out, just out in front, you may laugh, you may enjoy yourself, you may even cry a little, but you will definitely wonder why you wasted this point in your life later on. When you look back at it, yeah, you'll feel bad. You could have.
It might be our fault,
productive.
but it's also your fault.
Yeah. It's all your faults. Okay, so guys, who we playing, Chuck? Who you got tonight?
I am Pierce McIntyre, occultist extraordinaire, former servant of the Black Goat, and father of that lovable scamp, Scab.
Indeed. So let's ask Jeremy about Scab.
Hi, I'm Scab. I am called a Tommy Knocker, I guess. I'm 12 years old and I used to work in a mine. I felt funny ever since the cave-in, but the good news is Mr. McIntyre adopted me. He's a real good man, and so I'm trying to make a good life for both of us.
We never covered that before, but you're at least 13 now.
Oh, that's
because,
true.
Yeah, we took some time. Pierce, did you remember your boy's birthday? And if so, what did you do for Scab on his birthday? This was probably when you guys were in New Orleans, vampire hunting and dentistry.
Hanging out with me, ish.
Maybe. No, I know that one of the things that Scab misses dearly is ice cream, but he doesn't quite have the taste for it anymore. So I happened to visit along the local penitentiary and maybe did some postmortems for some of those on death row. And I was able to get
an ice cream man
another scoop or two of ice cream.
Some brain ice cream?
Yes.
Oh, you're the best dad ever.
I tried.
I just got him alcohol.
Yeah.
This
one tastes like Graham Larceny.
And light her on fire because she's horrible.
She probably bought you a gift too, Scab. Something probably very beautiful that you destroyed immediately.
I did. I didn't even open the box.
Just smashed.
I did.
All right. Why don't you tell us about the unpronounceable and unspellable Jebediah?
Yeah, I'm playing the Jebediah Bajebums. Our gambler, cardsman, tries to not get his party killed, but sometimes he's just got to do stuff. And, I have a big radius and I can't decide what I do.
Jake.
Je suis un photographe français. Je m'appelle Killian Fouché. I am a Frenchman who has come to this country to experience your civil war, and ever since then, the ghosts of the dead haunt me, which is why the people south of the border now call me a Calavera.
That's why they call you that.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Have you actually looked it up? And it never. Eddie, who you got?
I'm playing Ivan. He is destroyer of men, feeler of pants, and occasional lover of unorthodox women. Playing Luchador, who is very odd, being that he's actually from Russia, but he was raised around the ring and learns to love the sport and the justice that it deals and serves and idealizes. But he has no concept of sort of the fictional aspect of it. He lives it. It is his life. He takes it very seriously.
One day,
And he's got a young protege now to pass on some of his skills to in his wisdom. What little drops there are of it in his very empty head.
One day in the future, the lauded wrestler, the Iron Sheik, will have the picture of Ivan on his wall in one of the celebrity crib shows from MTV.
There we go.
Daniel, who you got?
I got Chance, our gunslinger, who's hit or miss sometimes, and also has a perchance for unconventional women, it seems. So
I think it's more they have a unconventional women have a thing for Chance.
And what is Chance's
Maybe
job with these unconventional women? To look pretty.
existing. yeah. To
Existing
exist.
silently.
Exactly. So we left kind of on a cliffhanger the last time, guys, as the party was somewhat split, with you guys in the bottom of this arroyo that's completely filled up with storm water, as lightning and storm clouds are just filling these canyons. Your horses are swimming in it as well. We left Pierce on horseback, trying to get away, but the horse is being swept along now, dragging Scab, who has made himself a tasty, tasty morsel for the undead miners that are rising out of the ground before the deluge came. And they're having really no problems with the water. Because they don't need to breathe, and they mostly float just fine, have unearthly sorts of strength. Let's see. Chance, you're still down there as well as Debajaya. Basically, everybody is there except for one lone luchador who is frantically using his leaping powers to try to get back to Pierce to save someone. So, Eddie, mechanically, here's how we're going to do this. She has died, technically. We're at the roll the body stage.
Oh, God.
If you can get back to
no.
Pierce in enough time, I will give her bonuses to her luck score to roll the body. So it all depends on how fast you can get her to help, okay? At your normal movement speeds, you will not make it. So you're going to be leaping, and I'm going to have you make agility tests along the way. And if you make them and don't fall into the water, thereby causing you precious time, she just might make it.
If ever I needed to roll well.
Right. So we're gonna take up with the rest of the group again, and why don't we go ahead and start it all off with a fresh round of initiative? So everybody, just go ahead and roll initiative.
No. Okay.
Here's my token. Here it is.
Oh, hold on. I think the turn order was cleared. Let me put everybody back in. Let's see. Actually, can you put yourselves back in?
Yeah, when you
There we
roll,
go.
click your token and then roll your initiative, it'll add you automatically.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, there it is.
Oh god, I rolled a 1 on initiative.
Oh
no.
Wait.
Don't do that.
Ow.
I may have to take my turn and then step away for a moment because I hear screaming in the distance of my house.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that probably means everything's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fine.
Somebody find the zucchini.
Okay, so
No.
let's start this off. Daniel, you need, before you can do anything, actually, you don't need to. You have a trained horse. That's one of the nice things that you get as a gunslinger. So you don't need to make any kind of check to stay on the horse back. Even the horse is floating at this point. Okay, so your horse is swimming. But you know the horse well, so you're on the horseback. There are multiple undeads coming up underneath the waves. Most of them are actually just kind of floating along because, skeletons don't weigh all that much, but they've got a mean ability and a lot of strength to kind of propel themselves towards you. There's a mess of them. Here's how I'm going to treat this. They're essentially a swarm. As you do so much damage to them, every 6 points of damage you do, I'm going to decrease the swarm's ability to do damage back as you start to whittle them down.
Okay.
So we'll start with that. What do you want to do, Chance, as you are on back of your horse, which is swimming?
Let me get my deck of cards because the only thing that really makes sense for me is to pick some out in front of me and see if I can shoot them down.
Okay, so you're on the back of a horse, and the horse is not exactly a stable platform right now. So I am going to give you a modifier. I'm going to say this is bad
Understandable.
enough to drop you a D. So you're going to be minus 1D.
Ouch.
You know what? I'm torn. Let's settle this mechanically. Daniel, just make me a luck check first. If you make it, you and your horse have been through this before, somehow in the past.
Let's see here. Okay, we're good.
Nice.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay, so somehow in the past you were in just a situation where you were riding on the back of a floating horse. So I'm just going to do a -2 penalty instead of a D.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
I'll draw my cards first.
Mm-hmm.
Got 3 of hearts, king of hearts, and a 9 of hearts. It's funny. All hearts. So let me roll them up here.
No one can accuse you of not being all heart, Dan. All heart. Or rolls.
100%. Oh, well, my D dies 4 at least. So
Yeah. All right. So
that makes it a 9.
okay, that's going to miss. Actually,
Yeah, that was good damage.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Let me get back to this real quick. Where are they? There they are. Okay, so AC is 12. Yeah, so that is a miss.
Ouch. Let's see what my luck is looking like. Just for the sake, we're at the end of the adventure. And I want things to go well for Eddie. I'll spend a few luck to make that go through.
Okay, so you're gonna make that a hit, and it does how much damage?
It will do 13 damage.
6, 12. So 2. Okay, that'll so 2. Okay, you drop 2. Go on with your next
Okay.
shots.
I feel like this is an important situation. And that will be a 22
Okay,
to hit
And how much damage?
7 damage.
so 1
7
more.
damage.
You've killed 3.
Then we'll take another shot here. This one gets a full -2, unfortunately. So that'll be 12.
Still hits.
Okay, and that'll be 9 damage. So
So 2. So you hit the same one you hit before and hit a new one. So 2 go down. 17, 16, 15. Okay.
and if we want to be ambitious. Oh, no, that was a bad idea. I have a shot. I have a shotgun shell I can also fire.
Up to you.
But I drew an 8. So it's misfired.
Yeah, it misfired, which is not unpredictable since the water got in your gun probably from all this, and the shotgun shell was going to be the sure one that just misfired. So there we go. All right, so you take your hex chip.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
Well, I got enough boons. I'll counter it. God damn, that sucks.
Okay, so their turn as they swarm. So they're basically they're just attacking everybody. Okay, and how much damage they do is going to be based on how many of them are left. I'm just keeping a count here. So we're going to start. Most of them are on Scab. Okay. Actually, the bulk of them are on Scab.
Ooh.
So Scab's going to take the most damage from all of this.
Yay.
All right, Scab. Do you remember what you've got up? Because you did take, what was it, Deadhead, or it's the one that makes you tougher and harder to do damage to.
So what that one does is you reduce the dice type by 1.
Okay.
And also roll it twice and take the lesser.
It's handy.
So let me just roll.
It's a really
Nice.
good.
It's twice.
You basically
Same
impose
roll either
disadvantage.
way, and then there's a modifier to that though. 14. So 17 is what they rolled for against your AC. I know none of your branding marks are still up. That was out a while ago.
Yeah.
So does 17 hit you?
So the branding mark is off. Then, but
Yeah.
curses with branding. I take it.
You take it. Okay.
I say
So
you should be at least at 16.
Yeah, no, I would normally be at 17. With the branding iron, I would have been okay. Thanks,
Dang.
Dad.
Sorry.
No, I'm
okay, so you're taking this damage because your last action was to try and draw as most of them to you as possible.
Yep.
Okay, and that's why it's so much, but it is 17 points of damage.
Gotcha.
Woo.
And that was after rolling
Spicy.
twice. So,
Oh
is it
wait, do I need to roll the damage twice as well?
So yeah, it's not harder for them to hit me; it's harder for them to damage me. So it's the damage dice that goes down by
Oh.
1, and then the
Okay.
damage dice get rolled twice. So it's not that he's
so I'm going
harder
to say
to
they
hit.
hit you, but I'm going to reduce the damage die.
Yeah.
So instead of 3d8, it's going to be 3d7. 7, so 8 points of damage. Actually, I'll roll again because you can take the less.
That's where the money is on that ability, because it's like,
so it's 8 points.
Yeah.
8
now the
damage
rest
for
of
you is like a broken nail.
Hey, you know what? I'm down to almost half hit points. Okay, I'm suffering here.
How much is your
unfortunately-
half hit points?
I'm at 48 out of 76. I'm dying.
Your half hit points is still significantly higher than my whole hit
It's
points.
here.
Ice knockers are ridiculous in the system. It's just nonsense.
Pierce, make me a luck check, please.
You got it.
One of them hit you, but may have hit your horse instead.
Okay. Oh, I roll a 1. I get a boon.
Okay. I will let you choose.
Ooh.
Does it hit you or does it hit your horse?
It hits the horse.
Okay. Pierce, you are jarred in your saddle as 2 pickaxes just come up out of the water and slam into the flanks of your horse. Just kind of basically ripping through the gut of your horse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some damage here. Okay, it's actually not bad. It's mostly discarded, but you're seeing that some of the miners or the prior miners have found weapons. They've got these old rusty pickaxes. Your horse takes that damage. It's not trained, and you're not really a huge horse rider.
That is
Make me an
accurate.
agility check.
Absolutely.
It's not going to cause you any damage at all, but if you fail it,
16?
you're fine. You don't go sailing off your horse. Your horse might be a better swimmer than you, so that's good.
That is probably very accurate. Yeah.
Jebediah. Let's see. You're fine. Most of them are kind of swimming around you, trying to get to you, but is not able to. You're just fine. I'm sure you are fine as well, Killian.
Yep.
And then we're gonna have some go after Chance here. You're
do
okay
that.
too, Chance. They're basically just
Yeah.
swimming around. Most of them are. I'm sorry. What was that? That does miss, right? An 11.
It does. I was just don't attack me, please.
Most of them are being attracted by Scab. Maybe they
It's worth
see
trying, right?
they see the miner in Scab and they want him to join them.
Join
in the
us.
watery grave.
Oh no.
Which brings us now to Scab.
So, this is tough. So your horse went down?
Nope, just damaged. Didn't
Yeah.
go down.
Okay.
So you're still being dragged, but I mean everybody's floating now. It's not like the horse is running away.
Well, I mean, this kind of sucks, but especially now that Pa's horse is wounded. It's all the better that I stay here. You keep the horse running, Dad. I'll get this.
I'm just going to do my best to be, kick with my heels and trying to swing at them. And I'm not going to move away from my position because it's better.
Well,
that
you
they-
can't because you're being towed.
Yeah. Well, I could.
Unless you cut it.
Well, I could do Wraith form and just completely get out of here.
Yeah, or
But-
you could cut it as well. You could
Yeah.
cut the tether.
But if Dad's horse is wounded, it's important that I stay here to let them meet me instead of him.
That's what a good son does. I love you, Dad.
Love you too, boy. Get out. Run.
No. If I do that, they get you next.
They
I'll
won't.
tell you what you can eat, you stupid sons of so and so's.
Spam.
I'll just
Spamity spam.
swing at the first
Spamity
dude.
spam.
15.
Yeah, 12 is your target.
Okay, hits for 11 damage,
Okay, so that's 1 down.
and then I'll do my secondary attack, which I think I can just click S and it'll do it. Oh, wah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It would have been
that's a
15
hex.
damage too.
Flex your hexes or drop a boon to counter it, whichever you want to do there.
I think I would rather get rid of a boon.
Okay, and that's you.
Yep, that's me.
Bringing us Killian.
How many of them have gone down?
It's a mass at this point. It's an uncountable number.
Ah, crap. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to cast Bone Dance to try to reanimate 9
Ooh.
of those corpses on our side for 9 turns.
Oh,
Holy crap.
that is awesome.
I tell you what, the ones that were destroyed can't be reanimated because they were basically shattered. There's nothing to bring back. But I tell you what would be interesting, and I like this. You might be able to turn the other ones to your side
Mm.
Oh, nice.
because they're already undead and they're already here. So why don't you make me a personality check? And I'm going to do this as a versus.
Ooh. Too bad I just spent some personality on that. Ooh.
You got any
do have-
luck?
I have a boon. I'll
Okay.
try that first.
Okay.
Okay.
It seems to like a 10, Killian.
And the universe
Yeah.
ate your boon.
Yep. I will spend 4 luck to beat that 13.
Okay. I'll give you a choice. You can spend the luck, or you can only control. So you missed it by 3. You can control 3 of them.
No, I want all 9 of them.
You want all of them? All right. Burn your luck. You take over 9. So they will now go on your turn next turn.
Hey, thank you there, Raiders. Welcome
Thanks.
to the show.
And I'm going to count that as
Ooh.
basically destroying 9 of them. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Because they're not going to have the force to attack since they're on your side now. So 14. So yeah, they're down to just doing a D8 damage.
Excellent.
Okay. Ivan, you are
Yes.
leaping from rock to bits of flotsam that you just do the martial art where you just basically just touch a toe on this floating piece of wood and then you're just in the air leaping yet again. But to do this without slipping into this deluge of water, I want you to make me an agility check, please. Actually, no. Let's do it as a reflex save.
Reflex save. Okay. So, since I am a luchador, I get to use my lucha die on reflex saves, don't I?
Go for it.
Excellent. Okay. I'll go ahead and roll the lucha die first.
In this case, yes.
And I-
because it
I
is
only got a
completely
1.
agility.
Oh,
Okay.
But hey,
Still
at
a
least
1.
that's still a +1. So let's try an agility test here. A 6. Great.
Okay. You need a 10.
I do have a boon. I
Okay.
do have a boon.
You want to reroll or do you want to spend the 4 luck to make it a 10?
You know what? I'll save the boon for now. I'll spend the 4 luck.
You succeed.
Don't make the same
It's touch
mistake I
and go.
did.
It's touch and go. You're having to basically just lift off little pieces of broken wood to leap further in the air. You can tell that like you were described as being pressed to you to try and staunch the flow of blood. She stopped breathing.
Oh God.
And so,
If
yeah, this
possible,
pushes
I
you
will
forward.
breathe for her.
Yeah, just inflate her like a balloon.
Yep.
Play her like a bagpipe.
I blow her in. I squeeze her against my chest. I blow her in. I squeeze against my chest. Like I'm trying to keep her breathing, even if I have to do it for her.
So because of the distance we're talking about, Eddie, you've got to do this 2 more times. Okay. If you crit succeed, or if you get basically a 15 or a 20 on the check, that'll count for 2. All right.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay. So Jebediah, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, muted. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. So I kind of forget where I'm at in
You're basically floating in water right now. Can you swim, by the
floating
way?
water. I think so. I think
It's a yes
had
or no
to
question. If you think
before.
that you can, then you can.
I'm pretty sure I can because the last
Okay.
time that came up was when we were at that flooded mansion. I believe I
Okay.
was swimming there.
I bet you'd have
Maybe-
to swim away from a few gambling boats in your life.
Make me
Probably.
make me a D20 plus your agility modifier before
Okay.
you do anything else.
Oh boy.
Okay,
what
no,
do I
that's
need to
fine.
hit?
It's fine. So all this means is that you're not swimming well. You can still take an action, but you're going to take a -3 to the action because you're using a lot of your mind and struggling to keep afloat. You can still take the action. You're just a -3. If you want to
Okay.
spend a boon and re-roll it, you have no negatives. If you succeed at it, you're able to perform an action without any other problems. So up to you.
Okay. I'll probably just burn luck on whatever action I do if I need to do something.
Yeah. Okay. So -3, and what do you want to do?
Is there anything that looks like it's impeding Eddie's?
You can't even
trek?
see Eddie yet. You can't see
Oh,
Eddie.
yeah.
He's too far away
Okay.
right now.
My goal then is to be just trying to like get out of the water to some place that's
Okay.
like more like along the side or something.
So you can try and swim towards one of the edges of the canyon and to kind of climb up on the rock face as best you can, just at least to stop yourself from continuing to float. If
Yeah.
you want to make that, this is actually a strength check.
Okay.
So D20 plus your strength modifier.
Oof.
Okay, if you're going to keep that, I needed a 10. If you want to keep that, you try, but you're struggling against a current that's just too much for you. If you want to luck that
I
up
have
to
a
a
second
10,
action die, so I'll
you can try it with that. Just need a 10. And remember, you're -3 to your rolls. Yeah.
Right. 16 so it'd be -4, I believe. Because I have a -1 strength mod.
Yeah, you're getting
Yeah,
swept away. You just can't
I
make it.
think I'll throw luck on. Can I throw luck on that first one? Or
After you've re-rolled, you got to keep the second
Okay.
one, man.
okay, that's fine.
No,
I
wait,
can
you
burn
didn't
some luck
re-roll.
on
That
that.
was a second action. No, I'll give it to you. It was a second action, not a re-roll. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll burn some luck. I get my big old mojo die. I'll throw 2 luck at it.
yeah, you just needed 4 points, so that'll do it. So you have made it to cliff face, and you've climbed up enough to get yourself just out of the water current. You cannot. Well, you can try to climb all the way to the top. I mean, it's a pretty daunting task. It's a good 20, 30 feet up on a not a smooth surface, but relatively. So you can try and climb up, or this is a pretty good place to perch too.
Yeah, I'm more just trying to perch so I can get a better sense of what's going on and then start making better decisions as to what I see. 'Cause
good
right now I'm just kind of
there's good
flying around.
hand and footholds here, so you can kind of just sit your butt on the wall and kind of lean against the wall and have your hands free. Okay, you've got a fairly
I
good
will do that
situation.
for sure.
Bringing up the end, Pierce. There you go. The water is teeming like piranha behind you as all these undead are just slathering to get at Scab. Although there's at least a few right beneath your horse trying to attack you and the horse.
Yeah. So I would really like not to be in the water. How much of a penalty am I taking for casting in this?
You're not well trained on a horse, so just again make an agility check. If you pass it, no negatives. If you fail it, it's a -1d.
Okay. An 8.
2 points for a 10 if you want it. If you want to luck it up or not.
I'll luck it up.
Okay. Then no penalty. You can cast.
Okay. So I am going to, do I see looking around the area? Someplace dry, not in the water, like within 60-ish feet?
Up, straight up to the top of the cliffs.
then that's where I'm going. I'm going to cast Shadow Stride to teleport up to the cliffs.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Make that roll.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the mercurial on that?
So I got really lucky with this mercurial effect. I can just cast it without words.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so nothing super exciting.
No cactus form.
No, not on this one. I gotta save those spells when Ivan gets closer.
Oh, you don't know about Ivan yet.
That's
Come
fair.
on.
I don't. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
So that gets me... Shit. Well, I'm taking my horse with me. I can go to a maximum of 120 feet, and I can take one willing target that I am touching.
So I'm going to say that since you're taking a horse with you and Scab is attached to the horse, it's the horse and Scab.
That's even better. I really want to take Scab with me.
Okay.
But so yeah, if that's allowable, then yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I can actually go for 240 feet, but I'm just going to get up on the cliffs up above and just teleport out.
Okay. That is fine. Unfortunately, it leaves a mess of undead now with no target. So we're back to initiative again, folks. Let's hope Killian gets a high one.
Oh shit. I rolled a 20 this time. Nice.
Oof.
Yeah, I only rolled a 5, so.
Well, I got an 8, so that works. God dang. Pierce and Scab are going to kill it.
I don't understand what's going on here.
You're out of combat, so now that they don't matter, you rolled high.
Unfortunately, I think I just burned my 15. I really wanted that for later.
All right, well, Scab and Pierce, this makes sense. You guys have arrived at the top of the cliff, looking down, watching that water level visibly rise up the side of the canyon walls. I mean, you're well above it now. It's a good 20 feet below you. But it's something. The thunder clouds continue. It's almost like it's localized. Like you can see, good 30, 40 miles, just because you're at so high of an elevation, you can see the sunlight just outside of this area. And unfortunately, you also see something's coming through the storm clouds. It looks like a line of flying horses.
That seems
it's
right.
a little bit away right now.
Yeah. So, Scab, do you got anything?
I got an idea. I'm going to take out my weird little hunting knife, the one that talks a little bit. It's kind of funny. Get off one of those people that, the 7.
Yeah.
Hey, squirrel, you know what would be real funny? Watching a bunch of zombies try to swim with no hands. Go get them. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Make me a personality check.
Okay.
Here's the downside of the blade.
Yeah, I know. That's why I angled it the way I did, so to speak. Oh God.
Oh boy.
Oh, no. I love that I crit and then I fumbled one after the other. That's just great.
Okay. So Scab, it just means that you really, really enjoy the scene in front of you as that dagger gleefully flies towards your enemies and stops lopping off hands, just like you said. You can't help but cackle maniacally as this happens. So role-playing wise, you just want to use this more. Any opportunity that you can get to use this blade, you just really want.
I feel like someone's in imminent danger of losing their totem chip.
Pierce.
Somebody's alignment is slipping.
I really, really hope that these zombies are sight-based and like tracking visually. Because I'm going to cast.
They got no eyeballs.
Oh, they've got no eyeballs.
They're like T-Rexes.
Oh, that ruins my plans.
They're not zombies. This is dry dead, not wet dead. These are skeletons.
Oh, they've got no eyeballs. I
never knew I needed to differentiate between dry dead and wet dead.
Yeah, every now and then you do.
But he wants to.
I just don't want to be dead.
All right, say hi. Say hi, buddy.
I'm going to do something that I don't do often. I am going to...
Pupper.
Oh, my Derringer's got a max range of 15 feet. I don't have anything. I'm just going to stand and watch and hope for the best.
Okay.
Positive
Good enough.
thinking.
You guys
I
got
tell
it.
you what.
Black milk.
Yeah.
Make me a luck check.
Sure. 3? Yeah, let's pass.
You see something coming up from the opposite direction, so like away from the flow. Something is kind of leaping from rock to rock. This with bounding leaps here and there. You quite make out what it is, but something's coming in your direction at high velocity.
Okay, I'll pay attention to
Something in very shiny alligator pants.
that.
Yeah, can't see it quite that well yet.
Okay.
Chance, that brings you up next.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I got is to take a few more shots and see if I can clear our way.
Go for it.
Queen. Jack. And a 9.
Okay.
So, not bad.
Yeah.
Not
Clean
bad.
draw.
That means I get a +1. Ooh, it fucked up, but it was a crit.
Yeah, I see it.
I don't know what
that's
happened
weird.
there, but I got a 5 on my deed die, and I got a 19, which counts as a crit for
Yeah.
me.
If you hover over that 0, it shows it's a 19 plus 2 plus 1.
Shows a 19.
Oh, it's maybe because I did a +1
Yeah,
Oh, it's
instead of
double
just a
pluses,
1.
yeah.
Yeah.
instead of just 1. I got excited.
What's the total damage?
It is 8 plus whatever I get from the crit.
All right. Yeah, don't worry about that right now. Go ahead and keep doing your shots.
Okay. The next one's gonna be no bonus. So it would be a 19 to hit and 9 damage.
Okay. With the little excess you had
The
from
next
last
one.
time, that kills an extra 1 down.
Nice. And the next one is a 21 to hit and 8 damage.
Okay. Is that the end of your shots?
That is the end of my shots because I don't have a way to reload my shotgun right now.
Okay. Ivan, make me that reflex save.
All right, I'll go ahead and roll my Luch die real quick. Much better.
There you
That's
go.
a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Now for my agility. Come on, please. Oh, okay. That one's low enough. I'll spend the boon. I'll re-roll.
Okay.
Should I keep the Lucha die or re-roll that?
Yeah, no, keep the Lucha die. You're just re-rolling the roll,
Okay.
not what you put into the roll. There we go.
15.
And that gets you there. So that thing that was moving at extreme
Nice.
velocity accelerates, Pierce, and Ivan lands right next to you after a supreme effort
nice.
of he literally just bounced off a sombrero hat that was floating along the bottom.
Oh, so cool.
You know what? Let's do this. For the role play effect of this. Let's say that I touch that hat, and the second my toe touches it, my eyes gleam, a shimmering glow washes over my skin, and I activate Bounding Leap and just maximize as hard as possible. I'll burn this.
Yeah.
I'll burn the personality for it, and that hat is obliterated into dust like a crater in the water as I take off.
Yeah.
I just
You don't have to burn the personality because you activated Bounding Leap at the end of last episode. So that's what you were doing all this with anyway. But
Gotcha.
yeah, the description stands. Yeah. And Ivan lands in front of you holding this woman who he and she are covered in blood.
Okay.
So,
Baby murder.
On my next turn, I will
Yeah.
definitely baby bird this thing.
Killian, you're up. You have
It's the
control
only
of
way.
the majority of the rest of the skeletons. There's only a very small contingent left that are your enemies right now. You got them down to basically a D4 is all they have for a damage die. You've got the control of the majority.
I'm going to command them to just attack their skeleton brethren and clear a path for us. No, I got
What do
a
you mean
better
by
idea.
clear a path? Remember, you're floating.
Yeah,
on this,
I will have them
Yeah.
swim ahead of us so that they can break the surface of the water ahead of us.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they can move out all the kind of flotsam and everything that you might dash on.
Yeah.
Okay. You have the significant portion of them under control now, so we're just going to say that they finish the rest of them off. So that will be my turn. They can't do anything. You've neutralized the situation. Jebediah, you are standing just a little bit above the water. You can see that some of your companions have made it across from you, the high end of the bluff. Some of your other companions are still down here in the soup with you. It looks like Killian has taken control of the undead, so there are no current threats, but that water is rising. So you need to climb or do something, or you're going to be in the water again.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna climb because it looks. Does it seem like it's getting worse? Because I remember there's like a tidal wave thing. Does it look like if I
the
just...
water is rising up the side of the cliff. So like you just made it to the side. You climbed up a little bit, but it's rising to meet you.
Okay. I don't know how well I would be able to make it to the other side.
You can try some other things. Okay, so you can climb. You can see if you can find a better handhold or maybe a cave or something that you can make it to instead of making it all the way to the top. Just kind of let me know what you have in mind.
Yeah, if I could find like a little nook or something to go into and kind of weather it for a bit.
Make me a luck check.
Okay. That's a pass.
To pass. You look up and the cavern walls aren't straight up. They kind of go up and they curve a little bit. So it would make it really difficult for you to make the top. And as you're considering how bad this would be, you notice that just ahead a little bit, there seems to be like a very small alcove well above the water, but not all the way to the top of this cliff you might be able to make.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start trying to climb there.
Okay. D20, and you can choose the best of either strength or agility for your bonus on this. You're no longer at a -3.
Sweet.
17 is plenty. So you drag yourself up into this little alcove high above the water below, but not quite all the way up to the top. Okay. And as you're looking through here, you're noticing that some water, because it's raining, right? It's hard rain. It's kind of pooling on the floor. And you just happen to notice that the water kind of goes to the back wall of this alcove, but then seems to be going under the back wall somehow.
All right. Might not be something that came in naturally. I guess I've got my second action, so I want to investigate that a little bit.
Sure. You don't need to roll for this, actually. The water has... So what happens here is there's a false wall in the back of this carved out alcove. It looks like it was dusted with glue and sand to make it look like the rest of the wall, but the water's kind of removed that. And so you can see towards the bottom edge of this wall, like the planks showing through. So there's like rough wooden planks that were put up in the back of this wall and then covered over to make it look like the wall.
All right. Do I hear anything or anyone in here?
It's actually pretty calm. You just hear the
hear.
trickling of the water. Actually, you can hear the storm outside. And the alcove just goes back about 10 feet when you find this wall. It doesn't go any further. It just ends.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll see what's behind that wall.
Right. Okay, so here's where we do this. You have a bag of tricks as a gambler. Basically, your underhanded tricks that you get a bonus to doing things like, rob and steal and thieve and stuff like that. I'm going to count this as one of those pursuits. Things. Yeah, exactly. So why don't you roll that for me? D20 with whatever your current modifier on that is.
So basically, it ups my die size, so it'd be a D24.
That's great.
Right? Okay.
Did it roll, or did it just say 24?
Rolling
D24, it did. Yeah, you rolled a 24. You critted.
Sweet.
That's what it looks like. Sure
Sure
All right.
does.
So you can see that this is a mechanism. You push the bottom of the plank, and it should rotate, you think, and maybe show you a room on the other side. But as you're about to do this, you notice that there you can see, just as you start to push it, and you haven't gotten very far, you see that there's like a little eye hook on the other end with this very fine thread that you're about to break if you push it all the way.
I will not do that.
We'll get back to you because it's going to
okay.
take a little bit more than the time you have here.
Sure. Yeah.
Scab? No, wait. We're back at the top. We're out of combat right now. So let's have the scene with Eddie and McIntyre and the rest of you at the top there. Take it away.
Well,
Pierce, please help quickly. She's dying.
you sure? I'm just gonna pull out some of my jackalope antler milk.
Yep. Hey, can you hold for just 1 second, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
God dang jackalopes.
Yeah,
Terrifying creatures they are.
terrible creatures. I still have so much of their milk, and I never use any of it.
We have so much jackalope milk
We need jackalope jello.
and dairy at this point.
Ooh, jackalope yogurt. Yeah,
Jackalope cheese.
jackal cheese. That's what it is. Jackal cheese.
Cheesealope.
Cheesealope. Speaking of attacks, does anyone have a need for an evil whip?
Oh yeah, you have that.
I have a very evil whip that I don't want to use anymore.
What does it do when you use it?
Yeah, every time you use it and it draws blood, you have to pass a save. And if you don't, you need to, have a little sample. And
Oh my.
eventually.
All right. Sorry about that.
That
guys.
seems like the
Gotta
sort
talk
of
to my wife real quick.
Yeah.
Seems like the sort of thing Dan's girlfriend would need.
Probably. But
so
eventually,
Pierce,
if you
she's not
lose-
breathing.
Yeah.
You're a doctor, so probably the first thing you do is check for pulse. There's no pulse.
Okay. I mean, well, first things first. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and pour some of this jackalope antler milk down her gullet and see if.
Okay, so
It
here's
has
how I'm
an
going to do this
effect.
mechanically.
Yeah.
She is dead, but she's more than a 0 level character, so we're rolling the body.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll how many points that this would normally give her back, hit point wise.
Yeah.
And instead, it's going to increase her luck score by that much.
Okay. It's
Eddie.
2 hit die, so whatever her hit die are.
Right. So 2d8. Why don't you roll that, Eddie?
Oh,
Seven.
well, that didn't
Okay.
go quite as well.
So 7 points. Now, Eddie, you made it 2 turns faster. So it's going to bump it up by 2 more. It's going to give her a plus 9. Okay. So here we go. Then we'll roll her luck. Her luck is 19 with all of that.
Oh wow. This is when Bert rolls a 20.
God, I hope not.
A 12.
McIntyre, at first you're not sure it's going to work. She's not breathing. She
Yeah.
can't swallow. You put it in her mouth. You kind of massage her throat to get it down, and then you kind of, it's still not happening. You go down. Eddie has been doing mouth to mouth to try and force air into her. So you're checking her out, and you try and massage her heart, and suddenly she bolts upright and starts spewing out what you just forced into her throat. Then she kind of collapses back. She's alive. She's breathing and has a pulse, but she is unconscious. So same effects as what happens when you come back from death by rolling the body. She's stable. She has 1 hit point, and she's going to be at a lot of negatives until she gets some rest.
Okay.
Yeah, -4 to all rolls for the next hour, and she's at 1 hit point, but not conscious either.
Hey,
All right, but
should be
she's
fine.
stable.
Just carry her. I'll carry
You're
her
just
anywhere.
covered in blood. Probably your
Covered in
face
blood.
too, since you were trying to keep her breathing.
Ivan, like as soon as she wakes up and I know that she's at least alive, like Ivan is on his knees next to her. Like I'm literally leaning over her and like holding on to Pierce's head, just like head to head. And I can't even say anything. I'm just like, I'm spent emotionally.
Meanwhile,
Scab's stomach just kind of gurgled a little bit when when the dead meat was delivered.
Oh,
it's Postmates.
we got the meats.
Is it done now? Is everything okay?
Pierce, when he says that, you realize what you'd seen in the sky earlier. The conga line of ghostly forms in the air have gotten closer enough now that you can see the form of the horses and the souls being led behind. You know what happened the last time these guys showed up?
Yeah.
The wind is picking up. You're getting near hurricane levels of just everything being whipped around. There's all kinds of down below where a lot of you guys still are. A lot of that flopsum is being picked up by the wind and just bashed around. A lot of skeletons are pulled up out of the water, just slammed around as well. Let's go to Jebediah next. I'll get back to things in a second. So Jebediah, so you notice before you trigger it, there is like an eye hooklet and a very thin wire. It actually looks like it's attached to some kind of like what would you call it? An igniter. The end of the Zippo, or you move the flint and it causes a spark. And it looks like there's a bucket of something just attached right underneath where the spark would fall in.
Okay. So pretty much if I'm just able to grab that lighter out of there, then I should be able to.
Yeah, it's
disarm
tricky though, because you've got to open the door just enough to get your hand in, but not so much that it
it's on the other
triggers the
side.
wire.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Okay. Is there any like loose rocks in here or
Sure.
anything like?
Yeah, sure.
My thought is to hold the wire like taut and then pin it under something, so that it gives me like a better angle that I can.
Okay.
Get to it.
Go ahead, and you're disarming a trap basically. Since this does fall underneath your shifty trades, you can do a D up from a D20. So roll a D24, and this is fine motion. So it's whatever your agility modifier is.
Okay. Just flat. So 10. Do I need more than that?
I was looking at a 12 for a complete success. A 10 will let you get the wire, hold it taut, but you haven't completely disarmed it. You'll need to make another check, but you haven't made it explode.
Okay.
Or you can luck it up by 2 points and have it disarmed.
Yeah, I'll throw another one on it. I'll just throw. There we go.
Okay, not a problem. You disarm it, and you're able to swing the door open. You find that the liquid that the thing was submerged over was pure nitroglycerin. Like, now that you've opened it, you can smell it. It's a tub of nitroglycerin.
Well, I'm going to keep that.
I can think of nothing more terrifying than Joe with a tub of nitroglycerin.
Do you want to die magically or scientifically?
Yep. You open it.
I can't think of anything good that'll happen to you carrying around a tub of nitroglycerin. I'm sorry. That just seems like a
Joe trips and the party dies.
There are some wooden shelves, just like one shelf, kind of mid-height, 3 strong boxes on the top and 3 on the floor below, each of them secured with a pretty thick iron lock.
Okay. I want to do like another sweep for traps, just to see if.
Yeah, it's a luck check. Yep.
Luck check. Okay.
Yeah. There is no perception skill in DCC. It's all luck.
Woo! Sweet.
Yeah. It looks fine.
Okay.
The locks are strong, but they don't look overly complicated.
Okay. I'll just start going through one by one.
Okay, just trying to pick them.
Do them. Yep.
All right. So just give me one roll just for right now. This falls under your shady deed, so it's a D24.
Yep. I'll do that. Oh, what does that need to be?
Oh, what did you roll? I don't see the roll.
5.
Oh, I see 5. Yeah, not anywhere close. Yeah, so you need another 10 points to get there.
All right. I'll burn 3 luck to bring that up to what was that?
22.
22. 22 on the first one.
Okay, just stop there. Let's just do one for right now, just because timing. Roll me 3D300.
Okay.
Wow.
This is how many termites attack Joe.
Right?
That's pretty good.
619.
It is
I
a
hope
box
this is for a good thing.
filled with gold and silver dollars. Not that you could count
All
it
right.
just by looking at it real quick, but $619 in this one box of gold and silver dollars.
Okay.
Okay,
Sweet.
let's get
Okay.
back down to what's going on at the bottom with Killian and Chance are still down there. The wind is whipping up. Some of your skeletons are getting blown away. Others have, they're trying to clear the way in front of you, but the winds are really intense. So instead, what they're doing is they're kind of linking themselves bone to bone and creating like a break line because you guys are being swept fast. So you hit up against it and they're keeping you from being swept down further, where it's now causing a jam of very sharp pieces of wood and rock and everything else. So you've been caught here so that you don't go forward. What do you guys want to do?
This is for
Chance,
the-
you've got the added problem that your horse is still here too with you. And it's not just any horse. This is your pal. This is your bud. This is your trained horse.
You muted there, Dan.
I got to get my horse out of here. I mean, that's the only reason I'm still down here.
All right. So, like, how do you get out though? Like, the only way out is either to be forced through all that sharp bits on the other side, or you could maybe climb the sides of the cliff, but your horse certainly couldn't.
I can't do that. I mean, the only thing I got is my gun. So if there's like debris or something, I could try and start trying to like pick off. I don't know.
You could try that.
It's me and my horse. I'm committed.
Killian, you want to weigh in? You can see the problem here.
God, I don't know what I can do. I think I'm just gonna try to swim ahead and try to batter as much sharp crap out of the way as I can.
Oh, God.
Okay. So you have control of these 9 undead bodies. Right now, they're keeping you from moving forward into danger. Anything you
Yes.
want to do with them?
I'll say, I'll just say to them, batter some of this crap out of the way as loud as I can in French.
Okay. Then they release you and you start floating ahead. They kind of go in front of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this as a bit of a blade of armor. Let's put it that way. As you take damage, they'll break through some of the skeletons first at 6 hit points a pop before any damage is done to you guys. Okay. But you are, in fact, swept down through the water. You also hear, Killian especially, the crack of lightning above. The storm is very intense. And due to your connection with the near, the afterlife, we will say, there's something very disconcerting happening. You felt this way right before the Dry Park gang arrived in the sky at the beginning of this module, if you remember what happened then.
Oh, boy.
A very ominous force of undeath coming.
Oh boy. All the more reason for me to try to get ahead of this thing and get Chance out of here.
Okay. So you guys are swept forward. Here's what I am going to do. I'm going to roll basically an attack roll on both of you guys. This is one roll that'll apply to both of you. All right, 17. Does that hit both of your ACs, one of you or none of you?
Doesn't hit me.
It does hit me.
No.
Okay, one of your skeleton menus takes the brunt of a piece of flotsam that you were about to run into, and you're fine. You continue along. Is there anything else you want to do other than just let the water pull you forward?
I'll just
You
let
have
the
no
water
idea
pull me
where it's going to
forward.
end out, but there's really nothing else you can do if you're trying to save your horse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save my horse. No one else has to, but dang it, I feel
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be.
Keep in mind, Killian, at any time, you can just grab onto the side of the cliff wall and try and climb up.
Yeah, but Chance can kill more people than I can, so
Okay, so you're sticking
I
with
need him
Chance.
and his horse.
Good enough. Let's go back to the top, Pierce. You're seeing what's going on. The storm is intensifying. You see that two of your friends are still in the water below. You don't see Jebediah. He could be dead. He could have gotten away. You don't know. You don't see him.
He's having fun with dynamite.
Yeah, I don't have a good solution to help our friends down there. I do.
Who's got the body, by the way? Oh, Pierce, it's on the back of your horse, I think.
What body?
The whole point of you going to town, the body of.
No,
Oh yeah.
I think it's
crap.
on my
Right.
horse, wasn't
Okay,
it?
yeah, it's on the back of Daniel's horse.
crap.
Or,
All the
Yeah,
more
Chance's
reason
horse. Yeah,
to take care of that horse.
Because my horse was the only one that had no problems.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have an idea, but I'm very unsure of its effectiveness. And that's just to shadow stride down onto the back of Chance's horse.
Just you?
Just me.
Okay. Make that roll.
And yeah, just don't be a one.
It's a moving target too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a modifier, but if you mess up royally, that's probably
That's
why.
fine.
Moving
Yeah.
target.
All right, 18.
Oh, 18's not bad.
18's good. I can
18's
live
pretty
with an
good.
18. It gives me 120 foot range.
Yep. Easily can make it to the back of Chance's horse.
And then I'm going to shadow stride back up to the cliff.
Okay. So Chance, Pierce just materializes on the back of your horse, probably sitting on the corpse, by the way,
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of room back there.
Understandable.
Yep. Now, Chance has complete control of his horse. So again, no penalty for you. So you can try and cast back, Pierce.
Okay.
You got to be able to get high enough to take you and,
Yeah.
just taking the horse will take everything. So you
Yeah.
and the horse.
Okay. That's an 11, which is not high enough, but I am going to luck that up to what I need it to be. So I need to get that 11 to a 20, so I'm going to drop 9 points of luck on this, taking my luck score down to 4.
Okay,
Oh,
but it
no.
works. You're safe, Chance. Your horse is safe. The body is safe. Pierce, you're safe. And Killian is alone in the water. Jebediah is nowhere to be found.
I'll start commanding my skeletons to climb the rock wall,
Okay. I'm going
and
to
that
say
way I
there's,
can use them as a ladder.
I'm going to say there's
Nice.
one more turn of you getting battered about. You're fine. And there's enough skeletons left to basically just push you all the way up out of the water onto the top of the cliff. They make a little bone elevator beneath you.
Nice.
They just got to push you to the top.
The ultimate
I love the
Water
idea that
polo.
Killian's floating in the water, like, don't worry, Chance, we're going to make it. And he turns around and just sees, he disappears in a second.
Yeah.
Killian, as the storm increases, though, and the water is washing your skeletons away beneath you, the final push, the last skeleton throws you over the edge, gives you a salute, and says, "It was a pleasure serving you, sir." As he's
Rest in peace,
washed
my
away.
friends.
Au revoir.
And then I will point
Au
out
revoir.
to everyone except for to Jebediah, because I don't see him, that the riders
Yeah,
on the
you have
storm.
to shout this now with how hard the wind is blowing, the lightning is cracking. You guys are finding it very hard to actually keep from being blown off the cliff. It is increasing, and you guys can see Not very far now as these riders start coming towards you in the sky, trailing behind these bodies behind them. What do you guys want to do? We're getting gale
get
force
away from
winds here.
here.
You remember the last time this happened when you got caught in this, when they were like directly over you, you were all just blown all over creation.
So there was a thing you mentioned, and it's been long enough now that I apologize, I forget what it was, but if we got a crit on resisting them the last time, it would have some sort of like not needing shelter or something like that. So I don't know what that is, but I remember mostly it was like not needing shelter. So like Scab will just do his best because he did get the crit last time. He's just going to take one of those throwing hatchets.
So wait, you did get the crit last time?
Yes.
Okay, remarkably then, everyone else is having a hard time keeping from being blown away. You're having to really lean into the wind. Scab is just standing normally. The wind, while it's blowing his clothing around, doesn't seem to be bothering him.
I'm going to take one of those throwing axes from the people that we had met earlier with the whole worm adventure.
Yeah.
Lean back and just throw it into the closest one I can get.
Yeah, it's so far in the sky. There's so much
Or
wind.
just lean back and kind of wait for it to come forward. Depending on how close
it's
they
cool,
are.
Scab. You know what? I'm never going to say no. If you make me a really high attack roll.
Scab's
really
not smart. That's what he would do.
I want a crit.
Kidding?
Make me a crit.
If we still
Do
had
it,
that
Jeremy.
card. Wait, do we still have that card? We never used that card.
What card?
The card that when
Ken
you
has
spend it,
it.
you get an auto crit.
I thought you guys used that in the battle, didn't you?
No, we
Okay,
use that. I'm pretty sure the Ace of Spades. I think it only worked against them anyways.
Yeah.
didn't
That's
it?
fair.
Yeah,
I'll
it
make
was
the
just
roll.
against them anyway.
I'm not smart. I've got a couple of these.
Dirty
The
20.
dirty 20. Not
It's
a
a
crit,
dirty
but
20.
a dirty 20.
Okay. I mean, so it goes up there. It gets buffeted about, and it does seem to strike one of the figures way up there. It was a mighty throw, Scab. It was an impossible throw. But you think you might have hit one? You don't know of what, if or what it's done, but it does grab their attention. And they start heading
shit.
directly towards the party. Jebediah, what are you doing? You've just unlocked this padlock with a lot of freaking. And of course, it's heavy. That much gold and silver is awfully heavy.
It is. I want to see what the other ones have to offer. As it is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I would
The wind is
even carry
blowing
that out.
outside. You can see the thunder going off, but you're fine. It's fine in here. Go ahead. Pick
It would
the
be
other.
great if the Jebediah had told us all where he ended up or came back and let us know.
Greed
I don't
will
think
save
he really
his
had the
life.
chance. Like,
I haven't heard any gunshots or anything for a while. The storm's
It's
still raging.
really peaceful in here, actually.
Inside of here, it's nice. Yeah.
You greedy bastard.
I'll run
Blowing wind,
through
rain
and see
falling
what the
good
other
right
two
now.
things in these chests
Go
are.
ahead.
Then
make
I'll
me another.
then I'll
make
poke
me
my
another
head
lock
out.
pick, or maybe two
Yeah.
rolls. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Do
There's still
questionable pursuits
D24s. You need 15s. I'll give you
that's
enough
rough.
time to make 2 rolls. So you fail to open it the first roll. You can make another roll.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll do
There
it.
you go.
Nice.
Roll me 3D 300.
good God.
You, of course, won't know, but
102.
there's even more gold and silver in this box than the one before it. There are 6 of these boxes.
Wow. 6 total. Okay.
You've opened 2
Or
of
6
them.
chests.
6 chests.
And then I've got my secondary
I'll put it
action die. So that's
No, I
still,
I was using that for the 2 picks. I was just giving you the full
okay,
total
okay.
on them, though.
okay. That's fine.
So this takes you some time, but you pop it open. There's even more gold and silver. And
Do
you're
any of
noticing
them look different from each other?
Well, they're from all over. Like some are old, some are newer mint, some are, look like they minted, 5-10 years ago. Some of them were just a few years ago.
Okay.
I mean, they're all current. It's current gold and silver coins.
This has been someone's stash pretty recently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Up here on the cliff
Yeah.
face with all this wind, I would like to try and make a windbreak for us.
How do you want to do that? Cactus.
Cactus. I want to try and make a cactus wall for us. I want to try and figure out what direction the wind is primarily coming from and just give us a little windbreak. So, yeah. 18, which is good.
How many does that make?
18, that gives me a D3 plus 1, and they all have to be within 15 feet of each other. So let me give you a D3 plus 1. 4, and I'm just going to put them all up side by side just to make a little pipe organ cactus wall.
Here's what I'm going to do. It's not enough of them to be considered shelter, but it is enough to be considered a windbreak. Okay. So I'm going to have you all make a fortitude save now. DC is normally 15, but you've got kind of a break here. I'm going to make it just a DC 10.
Okay.
So everybody that's up there, not Jebediah, but everyone that's up there. Oh, and not Scab. Go ahead.
Another thing, everyone also has to make a fortitude save for me.
Because of your smell.
Because I'm sticky.
Actually, no, they don't. The wind is blowing so much that it's just blowing the smell away as fast as you make it.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
So everybody up there, make me, you're looking for a DC 10 fortitude
Holy
save.
crap.
Crits.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh, Eddie crits. Nice.
I did okay.
Got myself a boon.
And then Scab's immune.
I imagine I'm literally like on all fours, and I have just dug my fingers into the rock to try and
I guess another
cover up
follow-up
Sarah
question.
and protect her.
She's got to make a save too. I'm just gonna.
Oh, no, that'd be so horrible.
And Ivan's kind of latched on.
Wait, no.
her.
If Eddie did it, if Eddie made his save with the crit, Eddie is holding on to her.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say I'm like over her trying to protect her.
Does my horse need to make the save?
I'm gonna say if you were with it, then no. So like same thing.
Sure.
Chance. Wait, how did Chan? Daniel's not here. Did you roll?
He
Look,
has
another
not rolled
horse.
yet.
I
He had to
think
step
that's
away.
the same horse.
I'm just gonna go down the list, and we'll hit Chance last. So Pierce,
Crit?
you critted.
Crit.
Okay, so on a crit success, see, give me a second. Okay, roll me a D12 modified by your current luck,
Ugh.
bonus or negative.
Yeah, it's a D12 minus 2.
Yep, and you critted. So I tell you what, on a crit,
Dan, you need to give us a fortitude save.
you can take plus 2 to your luck. So D12 plus 2.
D12 plus 2? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 15.
Oh, 14. I rolled max.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay. Roll a D3 for me.
Yes, sir. Two.
Pierce, take 2 luck.
Nice. I desperately needed that.
And the storm somehow doesn't seem to affect you.
Okay.
You can stand up straight against it now, and it doesn't, for some reason, it's just blowing through you, and it doesn't seem to feel bad at all.
Okay.
You and me, Dad.
We got this,
Jebediah,
son.
you didn't have to do it. Killian, did you pass?
I passed.
Okay, but just a regular pass, right?
Yeah.
D12 plus your current luck modifier.
That's a D12. 2.
Okay, you are blown off the cliff.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
God.
I tell you what, let me. Okay, so Chuck, you made a very good success on that. Make me a reflex save.
Yeah.
And before we say good to, that's a good one. Now you grab Killian's leg before he's pulled completely off and blown away.
Okay.
So you're just dashed about a little bit. Take a little bit of damage, but nothing life-threatening, Killian. So you're not completely blown off the cliff. But Pierce, if this happens to anyone else, you will not be able to do that too. Scab, but you are fine from the last time you experienced this. Eddie, you got a crit. So go ahead and roll me a D12, whatever your luck modifier is, but then add 2 for getting the crit.
15.
Yeah,
I
same
maxed
thing.
out. Well, almost maxed out.
Roll a d3.
1.
1 point of luck. And also, you
Nice.
feel like you can stand up against the wind. It just seems to not affect you at all. Daniel, did you make your save, your fortitude save?
What was the save?
You need a 10, just a 10.
I got a 15.
Okay, roll a d12, add your current luck.
6.
Okay, you also are going to get blown off the cliff, except now Eddie has a chance to grab you. Actually, Scab does too. So if one of both of you guys make me a reflex save, if either one of you pass that save, then you'll be able to grab him before he goes off. Scab did it.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
And with that,
Perfect.
I still need to use you as bait to kill your girlfriend.
You are getting off that easy.
with that,
I imagine he's just like hanging in the air with somebody grabbing his ankle, like, you can't die yet. I need you to die later.
Not yet, Chance. Not yet.
And with that, the Dry Park gang just continues on across the sky, and the winds cease, the waters stop. And eventually, the canyon below you will start to empty out of the water. Meanwhile, Jebediah, there's
All right.
there's still some locked chests left, but you figure they're probably all the same. This is a ton of money, but it's also a ton of weight.
It is. With that, and I probably hear like the storm kind of dipping down. I bet I would notice that. So I'm gonna poke my head out of the side of this cave and just kind of look around.
Blue skies, the sun is breaking through the clouds, the rain stopping.
It's a good day.
You can see a bunch of cactus that just grew up on the top of that cliff across from you.
Okay, those weren't there before. I think I know who did that.
Yeah, why that happened?
Yeah. I think I recognize those magic cactus. So I'll like call out to everybody like, everyone alive?
You guys hear Jebediah?
I'll look over.
Whee!
Yeah, he's on the side of the cliff across from you. He's found a little alcove. He's sticking his head out of.
I found a bunch of gold over here.
I
And silver.
like gold.
Somehow
I don't know how I'm gonna carry it.
you.
So he's at the. Where is he at? He's not at the top.
About midway up the cliff across from you. About halfway up.
A horse-free area.
Yeah.
Well, we still got that rope.
And I got a horse.
I've got a horse too.
I mean, we're
Do
a
I
little
see-
short on horses, I think.
You have a much better horse.
I think, yeah, there's only 2 horses amongst the group now. I think all the rest of them
Yeah.
got swept away.
Do I see any
All right.
like evidence or because like these must have been a pain to get in here. So I imagine they might have some like block and tackle type stuff like and pulleys and things stored maybe on the other side.
You know,
of this,
looking around,
and
you can see
anchor
where
points.
you can see where like the mud is pulling in certain areas where it looks like something heavy was laying. They probably
Mhm.
did, but it looks like they took it with them.
Okay.
Damn them.
So
Yeah.
what we could do?
So we got infinite wealth, 2 horses, and 7 people, technically.
What
I
I
think?
count for
buy
like
in the fact
3
that the
and a
horse
donkey
changes.
if I activate
Yeah,
Strength of the
Can we
Bull.
pretty please not shove my body full of gold again?
we will never
That
do
was
that
really-
again. Never
Okay,
again.
that was real. That was
Never
really
say never,
uncomfortable.
Pierce.
I didn't count you among the horses, Scab.
Here's my thought. Ivan or Scab, maybe both of you, well, one of you, I think, heads down. We got rope. You shimmy on down. We start getting that treasure, tying it to the rope, and then whichever one of you doesn't go down with the 2 horses, we pull it up the
Can
cliff.
lift up.
Yeah.
That's a good thought.
We get all of the gold. We go find somewhere
as
to
much as we
bury
can
it.
reasonably carry.
Yeah, well, we take it all. We find somewhere to go bury it. We bury it.
I found something to dig a big hole too.
I like that. And then
I bet you did.
we come back with a wagon. That's lady who lost her son will never want again.
You're really
Aw.
Otherwise,
smart,
we
Dad.
fill our pockets.
I mean, we'll definitely take a
Well,
share.
I've already done that, but
Shall I
Definitely
head back
take a
to
share.
The, bad
But I
guy
love the
place?
idea of giving some to the woman. Yeah.
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 The
Absolutely.
Jebediah, if you hadn't filled your pockets, I would have probably killed you immediately as an imposter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's a fact.
we take that cursed treasure from her off her hands and we set her up with a nice life.
Now, while you do that, I'll head back to where the our villains made camp and see if I can't find anything to help us out in this regard, especially in regards to traveling with 7 people.
Eddie, do you remember what Shotgun Sally said to you before she expired in your arms from last session?
She said something about the guy. I can't remember his name. He's the guy she was working for. He's the one who shot her, and yeah, Wolf Ritter, I guess, found what he was looking for and was. I don't remember why he shot her though.
He found the silver, or found out where the silver was, and was heading there to claim it.
Ah, yes, I knew he found something. I couldn't remember what it was. So what Ivan will do, he'll just shout to everybody else, like, guys, now that we've got a minute to talk, Wolf Ritter's coming for something. I don't remember what. He found something. Sarah's unconscious. I don't know why she got shot.
Did we
Is she unconscious or dead?
Who's Wolf Ritter and who's Sarah?
That's Sarah, and Wolf Ritter is the man in charge of all the bad guys in the town we came from.
Oh man,
Maybe I'll take my scope and peek around.
how long till they get here?
Can I see out like towards town from this angle out of the cliff?
No. No,
like
really
a valley,
this
I've
far
got a
enough away
scope.
from the town. Yeah.
I'll start stitching myself up. We'll see whether or not we have an hour.
I do have a scope.
Well, in this time, I mean, she'll come too. She's pretty bad off, but you guys have brought her back from the dead, and then she will more clearly explain what she told to Eddie. Keep in mind, this is an hour later. Wolf Ritter figured out where the silver candelabras are and is going to claim it. He's going to the old lady's house.
Oh God.
Oh,
We-
I
he's
guess I
going the
don't
other
get to
direction
stitch up
from us.
then.
We don't have time to.
Yeah, this is mostly
He's not
gold. I
coming
don't
after
think they
him.
were talking about that.
Sure. I'm glad
I've
we
got
sent that other
access to
fella
riches. I
So-
think.
It's not just the fact that they're silver. Remember, the candlesticks are from the Vatican.
Yeah.
They're holy silver.
Oh man.
And if,
I've got a
Oh.
vampire girlfriend. Riches are nothing.
well,
No, but
I think.
he opens that and it summons the rioters. I wonder if that's where they were going right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, we can leave this wealth behind.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's
Come back
always a
for it
chance to
later.
come back for it.
mhm.
I'll take some surveys and references and try to create a mental notation of where this is so we can return to it later. But let's ride
And
hard
we
and
sent
fast.
that really nice
I'm going
man that way,
to-
too.
Hopefully he protects her.
If we're leaving it, I'm gonna reset up the trap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Set it up in an entirely different way.
Oh,
yeah.
a reflex save to make sure you don't blow yourself to Kingdom Come while setting it back
Oh,
up.
God.
Okay. A reflex save.
Actually, no, just make it a D24 plus your agility bonus. Yeah, it's
Okay.
you're resetting a trap. So
I'm throwing luck on that.
you just need a point. Yeah, just a point will do it.
Hey guys, I'll be out in a minute. Boom.
I got the ignition right here.
Yeah.
Snip. Uh-oh.
So
All right.
okay, I'll keep in mind there are 6 of you and 2 horses.
Sarah, do you know where any of the bad guys around here might have kept any of their traveling ways of traveling with all of us?
No, I mean we never stayed here overly long. They brought horses with them, took them with them. There used to be a paddock. She kind of points back in the direction that you were, but I don't think there's any horses there anymore. You guys
If
saw
they
it.
were, they probably blew away, but I'll go
Yeah.
check.
Wait a minute.
No,
If in speaking as far as the way the crow flies, like saying you could fly through the air, how fast could someone get there?
Oh, to grandma's house?
Mm-hmm.
If you could fly and not have to go across these canyons and down and across the land again, probably 20 minutes.
Oh, do you think I should? It's going to stretch me pretty thin, but I don't want to leave her hurting.
I think I mean, I hate to put you at risk like that, but if you can get out there and all else fails, get there, get them evacuated, get the silver hidden. Don't engage with them. Just get people to safety and hide the silver.
And
Yes,
turn to
sir.
smoke afterwards.
And
Yeah.
I'll go Wraith form.
Okay.
And I'll
to the
reactivate
paddock.
it as needed. And
And
just
you take
fly.
off. Okay, I tell you what's going to happen then. You're going to get a survey of what's happening. There's currently a showdown going at the widow's house because you guys sent her help many
Nice.
sessions ago.
Good job, us.
Yeah.
Wow, that is unexpected.
Did we? What help did we send him? I forgot.
The dude that had been like wrongfully accused, and we saved him, and we sent him to her place.
Ah,
I gotta tell
When
you,
we accidentally
crap, I
entered
forgot about
this
that.
was-
Pierce trying to be
he
a
was
good
a soldier,
guy has
I
been
think.
very effective so far.
Being good actually
Pierce,
turned
you're
out
good at
all
being
right
good.
for us.
Yeah.
What is this?
Being good was good.
Yeah.
Being good was
We
good?
are good
Question
people.
mark?
That's crazy.
Nice. All right, so here's what you see. There's a standoff going on. It looks like Mad Dog Sifford took a shotgun blast to the head and face and is laying dead outside of the old widow's cabin. Michelle looks like she's wounded as she's got one arm that's just kind of limp, but she's got a pistol out and she's trying to make shots. Wolf's Ritter is there, and he is reading from this tome. He's got this old tome out, and he's trying to do something. There are these ebon black, they look like two huge hands that are trying to crush the small ramshackle cabin, but something is resisting it from inside. And you can hear him swearing and cursing as he's trying to bear down on that cabin. And there's this silvery light that's shining through some of the timbers are not well put together. So this light is just shining through some of these seams in the timber walls, and it's resisting whatever it is that Wolfsritter's trying to do. So they are locked in what appears to be a standoff right now. And I'm going to know a luck check because Wolfsritters might sense you.
Okay, luck check, you say.
Yeah, you roll it. Roll your luck.
I will. Luck.
Success.
Success. Okay, he doesn't sense you.
Look up something.
Pull his pants down, Scap. That'll stop him.
I've got an idea for a power I've never used because I would never use it amidst PCs, but amidst a bunch of bad guys could be a lot of fun.
You got this.
Mm-hmm. You do notice there are other gunmen around, but it looks like something happened, maybe some kind of blast, because they're pushed off in almost like a concentric circles. They're not dead though; they're getting to their feet slowly. Some of them are trying to find like their guns and their rifles and such. There's probably a dozen other people around that Wolfsritter's brought with him.
Oh, so they're not good guys with him.
No.
If only they were cops and arrested Wolfsmith.
Right. There's a handful of bad guys around a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know what I would like to use.
What
I
it
don't
sounds
know
like.
if it's the best choice, but it seems like the most fun thing to use because it's an ability I've never used otherwise. Just kind of get around behind them to where it's only going to be in the area that would hit him and all his goons.
Okay.
And I've never had a chance to use the Banshee ability.
Well, yeah. Okay.
At which point, everybody within the range that can hear me needs to make a DC 14 grit check. And then in addition to the grit check, there's also then a willpower check. That would
DC,
be
DC what first of all? Sorry.
so for the grit check, it's only 14. Anybody that doesn't make that 14 has something worse coming.
5 of them make it. Wolf's Ritter doesn't seem to be affected by it.
That's fair.
And Michelle is affected by it. Okay. So what happens if they are affected by it?
So at that point, they have to make a DC 19 willpower save. Anybody who didn't make the grit save.
Does the
She
barrier
fails.
around around the house like help against that?
I think he made the distance well enough to.
Yeah, I was
not
trying to
catch
go
that.
like circumvent around them to just hit them
Okay.
from behind with this shriek. So if they fail that willpower save, they're going to lose a D3 grit points. And the main way this whole Banshee Whale things is, I keep making them do grit saves, and if they fail, their grit gets lowered, and I just scream them to death.
Okay. I tell you what, some of them just can't stand it and they run for the tree line. Wolf's Ritter looks completely unaffected. Michelle is affected, but she stands her ground. And
So
some of the other gunmen seem to be able to stand their ground. Some
Yeah.
they're affected, but they're not running. So in
Yeah.
total, you have 5 people, including Michelle and Wolf's Ritter, left. So there are 6 targets that are withstanding.
okay, cool. And then I can keep that going for D3.
Okay, so is that your actions then? You're basically just going to keep it going?
Yeah,
And I'm assuming you're keeping the range so that you're catching them and not anyone in the house, right?
exactly.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. They're
that'll
going
go on
to
for
they're
9
going to shoot
rounds.
you. The people that are standing there are going to shoot you with their rifles. Wolf's Ritter is going to cast a spell at you,
Good.
and you have
That
to
just
keep
means the other
wailing to
can
keep your
shoot
effect
them.
going. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, good. That just means that the other guy can keep shooting them.
Yeah. So 5, 20. And the last one is going to be Michelle. So the last die is Michelle. So she is going to get a 23 on hers. The only other person that might have hit you is going to be 12, 15. So Michelle hits, but she's the only one that does.
That does hit.
Okay. Oh, let me make a draw for her anyway. Yeah, she's fine. And she can take another shot. She could take another shot. Does a 16 hit you?
It just barely misses.
Okay, so she did hit you with 1. Only 4 points of damage, but make me a stamina save.
Okay. Save by 25.
You're fine.
Holy
Something's
crap.
funny about that bullet that hits you. Like it hits you, and then you felt something like break inside of you, like the bullet broke, and it burns, but you're okay.
Dad, no, feels so good, Dad.
Okay, and the
I
next
wish I
thing
was
is Wolf's
there.
Ritter.
Hey, I know.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Oh, 26. Okay.
No.
All right. He's a casting at you. Let me check something real quick here. Okay. There it is. Okay. He got a 26. Make me a willpower save with a DC of 26.
Who?
You. Spells being cast at you by Wolf's Ritter.
Oh God, reflex save of DC 26.
Oh,
Huh?
willpower save.
Ugh.
DC is 26.
Hope you got luck. Oh, you did
Oh
good.
my gosh.
You did
Holy crap.
good.
And guess what I have? I have some fleeting luck.
Spend it. You
I
really
would
want to spend it.
I really want to see I need 26.
You need a 26. Yeah.
I spend the 5.
Wow. Amazing. Okay. Whew. Okay. So your actions are just going to continue to wail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it making any difference to you the fact that Wolf's Ritter seems to be unaffected by it? The other ones are.
Well, my hope is that if we can get the majority of the flock to diminish, we've got a man on the inside that can just shoot him.
But isn't he down, technically?
Mm-mm.
No, because there was somebody down
Okay.
there who's defending them. So as far as Scab is concerned, this serves 2 functions. A, I get to draw fire, and B, I can eliminate their numbers.
All right. Everyone
win-win.
breaks and runs except for Michelle. Her and Wolf's Ritter are the only 2 left, and she's not looking good. She's starting to bleed out of her nose and her ears and her eyes, but she's still up. So she's going to take another shot
If they
at
shoot
you.
me, they just need to save her and the relic and the people.
I know. You're so far away from us. It's like it's just you and them.
This was a good idea.
Got this.
This is the tankiest you have ever tanked.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think he's shooting my soul, Dad. Dad, where are you, Dad? He's shooting my soul, Dad.
I
All
wish I
right.
could
Her
be
second
there.
shot's
God.
going to hit you with a 23.
Okay, that's fine.
It's 10 points of damage. The same odd feeling where, the bullet seems to rupture inside of you, almost like the bullet's made of glass or something. There's some kind of liquid in it. You've already made the save, though, so it burns a little, but nothing extra is happening. So you take 10 points of damage.
I'm still up. I'm still up. Oh, yeah. I'm still good.
All right, and that's it for her. She basically just passes out. So it just leaves you and Wolf's Ritter. Wolf's Ritter's going to cast at you again.
No.
Okay.
Mhm.
Make me a fortitude save with a DC of 24.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, Scott!
Nice.
You champ! You champ!
Wolf's Ritter looks confused and confounded that his spells aren't working. Now, it's you and him. Your wailing isn't affecting him at all. Do you want to change tactics? He's the only one left down there.
I do.
It's time to play not nice.
It's time to just drop down to the ground, 3-point hero stance, and do the dead poke thing ability.
Okay. Let's go ahead initiative then.
Okay.
You're both aware of each other, so we're just gonna do initiative now.
Holy
My
crap.
inability
This
to
is like the
contribute
last
is the
stand
worst
of
part
the
of this.
hero.
Right?
Say that again.
I
was
said
that?
my inability to contribute to this is the worst.
Yeah, it's
You're gonna go
rough.
first.
Oh, yeah. That's when Scab just looks at him. He's like, my turn.
You got this.
Just walks up to him.
Okay. All right. So is it me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go first.
Right. I will spend one of my few points of personality left to go back to the dead poke ability. You all sausage body. Get myself some temporary hit points. That'll get me back up to 43.
Still more than double my max.
That is sadly, that is low for me.
Okay. It doesn't take an action to do that. So what do you want to do?
Doesn't. I'm going to try and cave his skull in.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Nice.
That should work,
oh God.
I don't
but
like that
it's not
shit.
going to. But I tell you what, it's within a point. Do you want to look that up? You
Yes,
are
I
within
do.
1 point.
Yes, I do. I will spin that.
Okay.
Bonk this nerd.
Your fists seem to collide with something that is like an inch over his skin, but then it shatters and able to just go through it. So how much damage do you do?
7.
7 points of damage. Okay. I mean, he's not got a ton. He looks shocked as you shatter his armor. He's a little flustered, so I think he's not going to risk trying to cast a spell at you. So instead, he is going to unload with his 2 heavy pistols.
Sit down, little man.
Well, they both go off.
It seems fitting that you waved to him on the way out of town.
That's
And now you're
true.
killing him.
So with the 17, he's got a bonus to hit. He has
17 will hit.
17, 20. So it's a 20 and a 13.
The 20 will hit.
20 will hit. Okay. Close range.
But it's going to be a minus to the dice size. Roll twice, take the lesser.
Sure. It was a D10. Brings it down to a D8. So the lesser would be a 4. So 4 points of damage. And again, he's shocked as you basically take a brunt of his heavy pistol and don't really even shrug. He's dropped
Take it
his
like a
he's dropped his
freaking
tome that he was holding.
You have
Initiative again.
one chance and one only to lay on the ground. Put your hands on the back of your head, or I will eat your
Yeah, that's nice.
face.
But roll initiative to see who can do something
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Oh God, I feel bad.
Stop, buddy.
Oh my God, I did not expect things to go this way. Oh God.
Oh God.
no.
Oh
right.
God.
So he's going to cast one of his
No.
spells.
Oh.
17. This is going to be fun.
You can do it, Scab. You can do it.
Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, a bunch of cactus erupt beneath you and form a wall between you and him. You've seen this spell before.
Son of a bitch. How dare he?
All those times I could have learned to overcome this, and I didn't.
Cacti. How dare he?
All right, so let's see. Make me a reflex save, please.
Okay. Reflex save.
Oh yeah.
That did beat his. Yeah. So, okay. So you don't take any initial damage, but you are caught within the cactus that have erupted out. So you've got to extricate yourself to get to him now, which will require a DC 15 reflex save. But you can make your speech from inside the cactus if you want to do that.
Well, actually, so how many points of willpower should I have spent to fly over here? Because that may impact it.
What was the range that you have with your, or how far can you go?
It's so basically I've got a range of 30. I could do 60 then if I double book it.
Right.
And then it can go D3 plus 6 per cast of it for turns of 60 moved.
Okay, and how much does it cost you in willpower for each casting?
1.
So 1, 2, 3.
I'm fine if I'm out.
It's going to cost 4
Okay.
to have gotten the distance. Do you have it?
I've still got just a little bit left.
Okay.
Not much. I'm pretty low, but I have just enough that I will spend the point of willpower to go into Wraith form.
Okay.
And just come up on him, just Wraith form through the stupid freaking cactus and smack him.
Okay, go for it.
Ha! I've cut you off. And
I've seen my daddy cast this 1,000 times. You think
broke his
so
armor.
Cool?
So his AC is only 15 now.
Hope this works. Oh my God. What is with all these freaking fumbles?
Wait. Do you have a boon, though? I thought you had a boon.
I do.
But that's
it
not going to
that
clear the
doesn't-
fumble if
Yeah,
it's
it
critical
just will,
fail.
it'll
but
clear
it's a
the
fumble.
hex.
That's right.
Yeah, it'll clear the hex, and that's all.
It'll clear the hex, but it won't change the outcome.
Oh my God. So many freaking ones tonight, man. But I have
You've
a
got-
second action dice.
A good number of 20s as well.
That's true. It's been very
Yeah.
yin yang.
It's been
13,
back and forth.
but
It's
wouldn't that have...
15 to hit, right?
Yeah, 15 to hit.
I'll spend the 2 luck.
So what, 5 more damage?
5 more.
5 more damage. Well, there's a shot that rings out. He smiles as he takes your damage. He's bleeding a little bit, but he looks up at you and he pulls forth what looks like the skinny piece of wooden, like a tree limb that's got like kind of sigils on it. And he's about to wave this at you when just a big old hole explodes in the top of his head. I just did 11 points of damage with the rifle that just got shot by the guy in the cabin.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God.
Was it the guy
Nice.
we put in the cabin?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
Max
good
damage.
team.
He was head right off.
He was stunned for 4 rounds. So you basically bought him time to get back up onto his feet, get his rifle, take his shot.
Kick ass.
Oh.
Freaking
good.
hero, Scab. You
So
freaking hero.
Wolf's
that
Ritter
went so
looks shocked
rough.
as he realizes that his head and brain has been blown through. And he just kind of stares for a moment at you as he falls over onto his side.
So wait a second. So he takes a shot from behind through the head while he's looking up at Scab?
Yeah.
So that means his brains are on you, Scab. You can literally like while he falls over dead.
I mean, maybe, but I'm not feeling so good right now, guys.
Oh,
He's got a tummy ache from getting shot.
He's got a tummy ache from getting shot with holy relics.
Holy relics hurt, guys.
You guys did good by helping out the widow.
Oh, that was
Oh my
like,
God.
what an unexpected
Good.
benefit from sending him there.
Good job, us like 3 months ago.
Right.
Yeah. So you don't have the willpower to make it back.
No, I just.
I mean,
flopped.
we're all coming that way anyway.
Slowly, though,
so,
because you only got 2 horses. That's,
I mean,
Yeah,
I
and I'm
hate to say it,
carrying
but
shotgun Sarah.
yeah.
I think I'd leave them behind in pursuit of Scab.
We are almost at time. So let's just take up with Scab just catching a breath. And eventually that glow from inside does stop. And the gunman, I forget his name. We gave him a name, but comes out. He check on you. He's making sure everybody's dead. The widow and her son are back there. When they come out and try to attend to you, they don't exactly know how, but they do the best they can. Eventually, the rest of you will ride and walk up and see the carnage that's left in this place. Actually, you will pass some fleeing marauders, blood streaming out of their ears and eyes, just running away in a cold panic.
We have a good idea of who did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys come upon Scab. Someone's trying to feed the little boy is trying to feed you chicken soup. He's like, Paul always said chicken soup fixed everything.
Chicken soup for the soul, they say.
Dad, did it work?
You did good, boy. You did
Oh,
really
feels so
good.
good. I only got 22 hit points left. I'm dying.
22. Oh my gosh. I
He's
will
officially below my hit points. The poor
I will
soul.
leverage my medical skills to try digging these out of Scab and patching him up and sewing the bits together.
All right. So while you're doing that, who's holding all the other pages of the Necronomicon right now? It's Chance.
I
isn't it?
have all of them.
Yeah.
Well, Chance, as you're surveying the scene and you're checking to make sure all the dead folk actually are dead, you are drawn to Wolf's tome. His book is Shadows. Now it's covered in blood. There's holes in it. It seems like it suffered a lot, but for some reason you're drawn to it.
I mean, gotta go look, right?
Yeah. You go and look. The book is, for the most part, it's destroyed. You don't think Pierce can glean anything out of it, but you realize that the cover of it, you pull out your knife, you start cutting it a little bit, and you cut a little bit, and you remove it. It's another page, Necronomicon. That was being used as the wrap. Yeah, I mean, you feel a sense of completeness as you tear that page off and you put it in with the rest. You have a very vague sense of happiness, completeness.
Oh.
Sense of destiny that you should be doing something with those pages.
I mean,
Make me a personality
supposed
check.
to be. Oh no!
Only,
I mean, I
only
know
doing
what I
something with
feel
him
like.
if his girlfriend tells him to.
Hey there,
So I've been
Armin.
keeping
Thanks for
track
that
of
raid.
this. Chance to see if you were doing anything that might lead you upon the path of the damned, and Chance hasn't been. Lucky for you. So the pages haven't had a real big hold over you until now.
Well,
How's that
was a
personality
pain.
check?
I got a 10. I feel like that's perfect for walking the line.
You got any way to get that up to a 15?
I sure do. It's gonna hurt, but I'll get it to a 15.
Okay.
Nice.
All right,
It's gonna
Chance, you have this. You have this desire to sit down and read the pages, which you know better. Oh, you know better. So you just kind of push it away for now, and for now the voices stop.
Oh no!
With that parcel of pages in your saddlebag is weighing heavy on you now. You guys return the body of to the widow. She asks if any of you are a proper preacher. Can you say some words over my son's grave? Put him away.
I do know that there is a preacher in town. I punched him in the eye. He'd like me to fetch him.
Oh, that preacher's. I believe he's taking coin from the devil. Any of you know any words? You're good folk.
No.
You
I
came
could
out
say
here to
some-
save us. You sent this fine young man here to save us.
Ivan would know maybe the rosary, and he does have that rosary around his neck. Like, I could offer to kneel over him and pray a rosary real quick while holding on to it.
Killian, as part of you, I think. Wait, no, you're not a ferryman. You're the, or are you? I forget. What is your class?
No, I'm a calavera.
You're not a ferryman. Yeah, so you wouldn't know all the rights.
I bring the dead back to the living.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite of a ferryman.
Okay. Well, didn't you mind trying? I mean, we with the ground here, we had a nice passing preacher that we gave a meal to, and he's consecrated the ground. He said some good words over it. We just got to lay him to rest here.
And I think
I'll pour out some of my fine liquor.
Yeah.
Ivan, could you perhaps say a prayer and maybe use some of your sacred body oil to consecrate the place?
With the body oil, he'll follow those directions absolutely and be very solemn about it. He'll kind of kneel over after digging a good grave for him and laying him in it very carefully. Kind of kneel over and say a rosary, holding on to his rosary around his neck.
Bottle,
like he doesn't know anything else to do.
The bottle of oil has it just shows this guy's torso with a perfect 6 packs of abs, and it says absolution.
That's perfect. Absolutely.
He'll pour just a little dribble of it in the sign of a cross over it. May you have the greatest six-pack ever when you get to the walls of heaven.
I mean, we lay to rest today, hero, because in the world of darkness that we live in, many of us must delve into the darkness to try and do good. And it is hard. It is hard to do that. It is hard to feel the temptation and the pull of the power to do something else that would be selfish and wicked, but then to withdraw back. And though he was wrought down by wicked men, that does not make him any lesser, because he chose to venture that path. He chose to venture the path of the righteous, and we come together to celebrate his choice, and we praise him for that, and we thank him, and we say thank you for giving us the strength to make good choices ourselves, so that we may not also fall to temptation. Thank you for your service, and I hope I can be as brave as you are in the future.
What he said.
It's a very touching.
All right,
Scab.
so he turned the last spade of earth onto the grave. The widow Colton and her son watch on in silence as Scab says his words. The boy awkwardly drops a handful of flowers on the grave. His mother kneels to collect the flowers at the base of the wooden cross that she's brought out to lay there. The silver is given to you gratefully. Meal is prepared, and as you strap the wooden strong box onto one of your surviving horses, you start to walk the horse up the ridge and parting ways, probably going back to retrieve those trunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would we have told her that we were going to bring some of that to her, or are we saving that
It's
as a surprise?
It's
That's a surprise.
Gotcha.
A great surprise.
So the clouds that had been kind of thundering in the distance, they break, and you take one last look back into the valley. The widow Coton, the widow and her son are gone. And as you kind of peer down, because they were out just a moment ago, kind of waving at you, and you look down, and where there was one wooden cross in the ground, there are now three.
Oh my!
What?
You hear the sound of a childlike laughter, and a little curl of smoke comes out of the chimney from the inside.
Dead
What?
the entire time.
You all
Did
saw
we
them
just
too?
sixth sense this? What the
We
crap?
did. We really did.
Oh no.
That's a nice detail, Bert. That's a nice detail.
Well,
Holy
that's
cow.
it for us, I suppose.
That's not me.
Oh,
Okay.
can we just find a
Wow.
nice place someplace, and can we cuddle for a night, Dad? I just don't feel so good. I feel really bad.
You got it, buddy.
Okay. I tried real hard to do good. And now I
You
feel like
did
I don't know.
amazing. You did
Yeah,
absolutely
Ivan's gonna
amazing.
pat Scab gently on the back and tell him what a hero he is. That he has the true greatness of a hero.
Better than any of us.
A
I'm
proper
really
luchador in the
sad there,
making.
Dad. I'm real confused. I got shot a lot.
That's fine. Listen, they may have been dead before we arrived, but you just need to know that you did great helping them find peace and moving on to somewhere better.
I guess.
I have to say,
They're
I
at a-
did my job better
they're
than
at
I did,
peace
so
now.
cheers.
Yeah. They're at peace now, little luchador. They're at peace now.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Okay.
I liked it. Good.
Oh man. The real question is what comes next.
Oh God.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So you've got all the pieces of the Necronomicon together, and you guys are going to gain a
Chances
level
in a
now
bind.
because
Nice.
we've completed a module. You're going to gain a level,
Nice.
which puts you guys at very high level for Weird
6.
Frontiers. So I was going to do
Yeah.
like the ultimate, what now happens? You've got the Necronomicon assembled and starting to pull at Chance's mind. I was thinking when we pick up next, a couple of years are going to have passed.
Okay.
And a desperate chance is going to he's going to reconvene everyone as he is he might have caused a problem, or he might still be trying to keep himself from causing a problem.
Nice.
But so the question is, do we want to rock into this, or do we want to take a little break from Weird Frontiers?
If you're cool to keep running it, I say we rock into it. Let's keep
Ditto.
Get it
it
done.
going.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Pierce still has the goal of finding a way to make Scab a normal living boy. So let's keep it going.
Okay, we'll do that then. We'll have one last adventure to go through. This will be something I'm hobbling together myself instead of one of the published ones.
Nice.
And go ahead and level your characters.
Very good.
We're gonna recover any luck.
Roll a D10, please. Actually, no. Roll 2D10. Take the best of the two.
What?
Oh, I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, I maxed out one of them.
Oh,
So what's that for?
well, I'll take it. I need it. I need it desperately. Chances in a bind.
Yeah.
That was a good pun.
All right.
Heyo.
What's the D10 for?
That's luck. That's how much luck you're going to gain back.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's pretty
The
awesome.
better of the two. I got a 6 and a 1. I'm glad I get to keep the 6.
So the guy you sent back there, he's still there. That was him lighting up the smoke in the fireplace. But he knew that the widow and the son were ghosts. He'd been there long enough to figure it out.
Oh, man.
Hey, we can still give him a little loot, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got enough
Oh, yeah.
gold. We
Why
can
not?
set
Guys.
him up.
Or if
He's
nothing
got
else,
he
that
a
will
definitely-
farmstead now. He's got
But he came through at the end.
yeah.
Oh my God, he did.
Yeah.
That was getting rough.
Clutch play by us 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God.
Doing good sometimes comes back to help you. Sometimes
We only
it
killed
does.
one of his horses.
Can I move my path one step towards the righteous?
I think everybody can after this. But, well, heck, you've got to hold a holy silver right now. Of course,
Yay.
depending on what you do with it, I might take it away.
I
Yeah,
think
just knock
that's
it at a
my
pawn
first
shop.
alignment.
That's gonna be a question when we start up. After you guys have been separated for a little while, what did you do with the silver? You guys can think
Dude,
about it. But,
Unless something bad
well,
happens in the meanwhile, I'm at +3 righteous.
mhm.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
fantastic.
Scab is like super
For a Tommy
duper-
knocker, that's insane.
I've tried to have Scab work really hard to be a good kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Jebediah, you don't have to take that path to the righteous if you don't want to, because you were greedy as hell.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think I will.
You can take it if you want to, but you had a profit motivation there too. So
This is actually
Yeah.
my first alignment change the entire campaign.
Oh, I've been back and forth on it. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But thanks to
I
have
tried
been
very,
trying.
very hard to stay righteous.
I have been trying to stay in the middle.
all right, well, let's
And
go ahead and
I've-
do our send off here. We're a little bit after. Chuck, you got anything you what's going on?
Sure, yeah. So coming this week for Defenders of Cobalt, that's twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. On Wednesday, we've got our Dungeon Crawl Classics campaign. We're running the Classic Adventure Night below. Let's see, I'm running it. Dan's in there, Bert's in there, Jeremy's in there, along with John and Alex. Friday, Joe, what are we doing Friday?
Friday, we are playing the second session of Anvia, the maiden campaign of the system I'm making. So it'll
Absolutely.
be good. It'll be fun. They're trying to help people smuggle illegal contraband books.
evil books. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Imagine that.
Who would have
Yeah.
thunk it? Who would have thunk it? All right. Anyone else got any plugs? Terrace, Jeremy, why don't you tell us about the Patreon?
Yeah, sure. Aaron Reese on Patreon. Got some fun comics, maps, tokens, other stuff. Check it out.
Anyone else?
I would just say, I know we're going to pick up with this with some stuff that you're brewing up, Bert, next time. But as somebody said
Ivan
in the
might be
chat,
married.
very, huh? Yeah,
So
Ivan may
might
get
be
married. As somebody called out in the chat, just a short moment of applause for what has turned out to be an amazing game system and setting. Bert
Yeah.
doing an amazing job running it for us, and has been an absolute freaking blast. Hopefully everybody else had as much fun watching it as we've had playing it.
Thanks very much,
know.
guys. Yeah. Yep. Only for the lulls.
No,
I
it
got-
has truly been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now I got
Ivan's
such
about to have a
anxiety
shotgun
for
wedding.
the upcoming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I'm worried.
Shotgun wedding. Oh yeah.
You know, watch. And once Chance goes to the dark side, it's going to be nothing but crits. You watch. You
Oh
watch.
my
Oh, God.
god, it's gonna be terrible.
Probably. Like, oh, does it hurt the party? Crit, 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 crit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys. Hey, check out my stuff on twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We usually do things Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. It's been a little lax lately. We've had some folks that just can't make our schedules for during the summer. I've had a bunch of work going on. But on Tuesdays, we'll be starting a Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th anniversary version.
Ooh.
That's going to start off soon. I still need to grab like another player or two, but it should kick off not this Tuesday, but next. Fridays is still classic Dungeons and Dragons. BX is our favorite version of that. That's an ongoing game in Mystara. Sundays, eventually, we're going to get back to our Shadowrun game as the folks have entered a new bold place, but there might also be some room for some play testing there. As Reed, who does the Umerica setting, and I have been working on a foo game that ought to be a lot of fun. So I might be play testing that with some of you guys soon. We'll see how it goes. But if you all are anything else, anyone?
Aaron Reese on Patreon, Defenders of Kobold, Anvia, Steam, Steel, and Murder, and of course, Goodman Games. Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Yes, and we're still very sad that we're not at Gen Con. Very sad.
Still very sad.
Still very sad.
Good night, everybody.
You can
Good
see
night,
it on my
everyone.
face.
Night, everyone.